Hey y'all, I coming on here. coming on here. I'm coming on here so I can do a video about this challenge I just did. I just did a 5-day challenge called the How Bad Do You Want It Challenge. This was with, if you ever heard of the motivational speaker Eric Thomas, it was him. If you listen to the Secret to Success podcast, you might know CJ. It was like not the whole crew wasn't on there, but it was them, and then they had like a few other speakers. But it was like a self development challenge, if you will. It was 5 whole days. We had homework and everything, but the stuff is still fresh on my mind, and I've been reflecting on it. I've been reflecting on it, like writing stuff down and doing recordings and video memos to myself. So I'm just on here doing a video memo to share with other people. And like one of the things, like we've been really, like me and my husband, we've really been working to apply some of these things, and it's like a breath of fresh air when you just know that you're not alone. In certain scenarios, you know that you're not alone, and then you actually find that there are solutions to certain obstacles that you've been facing in your life. And one of the things, the biggest principles that they were talking about was people pleasing. People pleasing, like when you hear it, you probably know what I'm talking about, but just doing things sometimes that benefit others that don't necessarily benefit you, like making others comfortable, like selling yourself short so that somebody else can be comfortable or not be upset or whatever. And I can say that I have been previously like one of those people, like I'm like a kind person, and so I don't like for people to, I just don't like conflict. I mean, I could deal with conflict, but it's kind of like I'd rather not have the drama, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes, like, people bring stuff to you, and it's you standing up for yourself that really, that is what it really boils down to. Because if you think about it, like sometimes people's opinions and what they think you should do, it's not really about them, it's about you. And then it's you that has to decide, are you gonna let this person dictate how I live my life, or are you gonna let this person move me in a direction that I wouldn't have gone if it wasn't for them being in my ear? Like it's always somebody. And I know that whoever watching this, you probably got that somebody too. It's always somebody, whether it's your friends, your families, people who don't even know you, who always have in their head what they think is the best thing for you to do, the best thing for you to be doing in any situation, or the best thing for you to. It's just always having advice. Nothing wrong with advice, but you ever have it to where somebody tell you something and it's kind of like, it's like they're giving you a suggestion, but really it feel like, like they keep suggesting it, like they're like, you need to be doing, you need, what I'm saying? Like it's a line between suggestion and like, pushing something on people, because it's like offering a suggestion and people be like, yeah, like me, right? I don't never push my lifestyle on anyone. Like the way I live is a very special kind of way of living. It's not something that everybody does. I don't ever push it on people. I don't ever be like, hey, you shouldn't be eating that. Stop eating that right now. Let me show you. You know what I'm saying? I personally, I'm not saying nothing wrong with that, but I don't do that. Like the way I eat, the way I do things, because the people who are actually want to change, or the people that want the advice, will get the advice when they see that you are doing something different, doing something that they are curious about. They usually come to you like, hey, I noticed you doing this, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's that about? Like, people who interested in eating like vegetarian, or they're curious about it, they'll be like, so what do you eat for breakfast? You know what I'm saying? They'll ask you. So if somebody see you doing something for years and years, even if you're just doing it for a week, if they don't ask you nothing about it, you can't just assume that they're not interested. But a lot of times they're not interested. If you try and help them out, or you try and push them on it, most likely they're not actually going to do it. So for me, it's like people everybody has it in their head that they know what is best for you. But this always boggles my mind, because how many times do you come across somebody that seem like they live like the perfect life? Like, I know that there's obviously a saying that nothing is perfect, but you can see and you can identify a person that you could be like, oh wow, like their life, I love their life. Their life is so, I love their life. I would like to live a life like that. They got it made. They seem like they're happy. They seem like they have a happy family. They seem like they're in good shape. They seem like they're in good health. Like, there are, I feel like sometimes people look at celebrities in a way that they're some superior person or they have everything that they need. That's definitely not true, because we should know that just because you got a lot of money, that doesn't mean that you're happy. Now, I'm not one of those people that say money doesn't contribute to happiness. I mean, I will say money don't buy happiness. I know that for sure. But it definitely contributes to me, in my opinion, because of what you can do with it and the situation that you can get out because of it, and the situation that you don't have to deal with because of the lack of money, the lack of resources. But when you look at those people, that sometimes is the eye of not, somebody who's not looking at the world in the right way. When you just look at somebody because they're famous and think that they have everything going on, everything that they ever want. But in actual life with people that you know, how many people that try to give you advice have their, as they would say, ducks in a row? Like, not often that people, I can't, it's like I could count on my hand to say, when I think about the times that somebody gives me advice and it's coming from someone who actually seems to be making good decisions in their own life. And it's such a crazy thing, like when people feel like even though they don't have things figured out in their life, for some reason everything about your life or someone else's life, they know exactly what steps you should take and what you should be doing, and oh, you shouldn't be doing that, you should be doing this, and I don't think that's a good idea. It's kind of like you don't even have your own life figured out. And there's nothing wrong with lending advice, but don't push things on me and make it seem like you know everything that's right for me if you don't have your own life under control. That was like a long, that was a long explanation of it, but it really resonated with me because that is what I've dealt with. I know that I'm not the only one, but like friends and mainly family, mainly family, because those are the people that often, even if you don't have many friends, like I don't, those are the people who are around you the most. Those are the people who, because they love you, they feel like they can give you, um, they can guide you in a certain direction, even though like you're a grown adult. It'd be people who still trying to guide you in a certain direction as if you were like a kid or something. So that people pleasing, it is deep. It is deep because people, they'll change their whole life around based off of what someone else wants them to do. Like, I know that certain cultures, like you have to get into certain professions in order to be accepted by the family, in order to be like you even did something. And even I feel like with us, like I know for me and my husband, like we always been in a direction where we was trying to get out of working a job. And it was by means of like businesses. It wasn't like we was like being lazy and we was asking for handouts and we was trying to quit and be like, hey, can I have this, or can I borrow some money? It's kind of like it was never in that position, but people were so used to, or my family was so used to people just working 9 to 5s and doing this and just doing the same thing for generation after generation. It was kind of weird for them to see me doing something different, and it was like uncomfortable. So it's kind of like, well, maybe you should get a job and this and that. And it's kind of like, how do you just randomly come up with that piece of advice when I never asked you for money? Like, I never come to you or look like I'm struggling. I'm doing pretty well for myself. But it's something about me not working a job that makes you uncomfortable. And those things if you let people get in your head, it can change your entire life around. It's sometimes where I gotta like, especially when it's people that you care about, when it's people that you love and you know that love you, a lot of times those people, they mean well, and that be the most challenging part, because if a stranger just came at you and was like, oh, you need to do this, you probably be like, who are you, sir? You know what I'm saying? But when it's your family, it's like you feel like they mean the best for you, and a lot of times they do. But just because someone means well to you doesn't mean that they know what's best for you. I remember for me, it's like I wouldn't be doing hardly any of the things that I'm doing now if it came down to me listening to what people told me that I should be doing, what I should be doing, or what success means, when people don't sometimes don't ever realize success in their lifetime for what success means to them. I once heard that success is what it means to you. If you say that this is what you want to be and that this is what you want to do and you do it, then you're a successful person. It's not measured by whatever someone else is doing. Like, they doing this, so that must be successful. No, you can be like, hey, my goal is to be a teacher and to uplift children who come from the same neighborhood that I come from, so that they can have a safe place to go, so that they can confide in me, so that I can actually love on the children and be able to trigger their minds the way no other teacher can. Like, just things like that. Like, people might look at you like, oh, you're just a teacher. If that's what you always wanted to do, you are a success by your own means. You don't have to be a millionaire to be successful. Um you don't have to do what is looked at as, success. Like, it's like these tailored things where it's like some people look at working a job for, 40 years, and then, getting that retirement and getting a pension, and you go to college and you get a job, and some people look at that as successful. If that's what you intended to do, if that's what you always wanted to do and you are happy doing it, then you are successful. But we can't look at the level of success for one person and then put everybody in that same category, or have everybody meet that same standard of what success is for another person. Because you don't achieve success for another person, and then you're upset or you're unhappy in your own life. So I'm telling you, it's so deep. Like, just those two words, like people pleasing, it is crazy the thing that you do to keep other people comfortable, or to make people feel, I don't know, like, not hurt other people's feelings. When my thing is, I had to learn, like, if I don't have bad intentions about it, I don't feel bad about it. Like, the fact is that you have to communicate with people how you feel. You have to communicate with people how you feel. Like, I'm not a mind reader. So if I say something that offends you, I definitely want you to tell me, hey, I didn't really like the way you said it. Because for me, I'm not intending it for it to be that way, because I'm not that kind of person. But I'm not gonna be skating on thin ice because you are very sensitive and I can't really say anything. If I can't really say anything to you without you taking offense to it, when me knowing that I know I mean well, that's kind of a relationship that I might have to reassess. That we have to reassess. Like, how many of y'all are the same way? I feel like I know so many people like this, in one way or the other. You just doing things that appeals to other people, or you doing things that you feel like is the right thing to do because somebody else said that it was the right thing to do. What do you feel like the right thing to do is? Like, if you just in your own mind, if you take out everything that you ever learned from anybody else and be like, this is what I should be doing because this is what I like to do and this is what feels right. If we took the time to do that, like, to get rid of all the extra noise, like, this why sometimes, do you ever notice, and then you might be one of these people too, you see a person, or you might be a person that always have to have some kind of background noise. I used to be like that too. Like, I used to be like that where I always had a TV on, or I always have some music playing. And what I realized is those were times that I could have been thinking and reflecting. That is the time where you can actually be with yourself and you don't have anything else in your mind but your own thoughts. Those are the times I feel like are the best for us to really sit and think about who we truly are and what we truly want to be and what we truly want to do. You know, I swear I could talk about this forever, but I'm not gonna make this video, like an hour long. I just had to come on here because it's still fresh and I'm still applying these things, and I'm really proud of myself proud of me and my husband for applying these things that I've learned because, like I said, the challenge was 5 days, Monday through Friday. It's Saturday, and I just feel like a major difference. I feel like just a feeling of empowerment, like in myself, just to be able to realize that and to hear other people say it helps. That's why I'm making this video, because people always make it seem like you're a bad person if you decide to not listen to people, and you should listen to people who mean well, people who you see doing things that you want to do or seem like they're doing the right thing. But sometimes it's people who don't make the best decisions, and they want you to just listen to them because I don't know, it's like a thing about wanting to be listened to. Like, I want you to do what I feel like is best. Because I don't know what it is, like a control thing. Sometimes I feel like people want to control your lives because they don't have control over their own lives. Like, you ever feel like that? People want to control your life because they don't have any control over their own life. It's like they want you to be a puppet. Like, let me see if they'll do this and they'll do this if I say that. But they don't even have control of their own lives. You know what I'm saying? That'd be the crazy part about it. That'd be the crazy part about it. And that'd be when I'm constantly reflecting, like, why is it like this? Like, I'm not the kind of person that just get mad at someone. Like, just get mad at someone because, oh, they're doing this or they're doing that. It's kind of like I always step back and be like, like, why are they doing this? Like, I wonder if they seem to have some issues with themselves. Like, if you step back and really look at that, like, I'm on YouTube right now. You ever see like a YouTube video? It's like several YouTube videos, and it'd be people in the comments, and some people be so mad in the comments about a person video that they made, and the person video is not even like such a controversial video. Like, they're not saying, oh, I hate this, I hate that, I hate you. It's like, but the people, it could be your own opinion. You could be like, yeah, I just feel like homeschooling is the best for kids. And it'd be somebody in the comments like, no, that's for your child. Don't tell us what we need. We're like, what? They wasn't even telling you that. It's like, I look at that and I don't be like, oh man, they just hate. And it'd be like, what's wrong with this person to where they feel like they're being attacked? Like, I wonder how they are in real life. How they are in real life. It's the way I look at people that I know. I'd be like, dang, like, they mad at me, but dang, it seems like they really mad at themselves because they seem like they get mad at everyone. So it's like, I'm not the only person that you have an issue with. You must have an issue yourself. And I don't know. I know that it's so many people that needs to hear this, and I needed to hear it because that you should be making your own decisions. That you shouldn't be letting everyone have a say in the things that you are doing. But sometimes it's like so easy to get swayed one way or another, and sometimes you feel like it's your idea that you have in your head, but then you don't realize unconsciously it's other people's opinions and other people's view of this and view of that that kind of shape the decisions that you make. That's why I say that quiet time is like crucial for you to have with your own self, to really think and be like, dang, what do I really want to do? What am I doing? You can drown out so many different things that happen, that are happening to you in your life, and the things that you're unhappy with, just by being entertained, like just watching TV and just listening to music. And it's nothing wrong with these things, like, to a certain extent. Like, I watch movies here and there, I listen to music here and there, but it's just constantly having that noise in your head. You need to have that time where you just are able to think, able to really think and get into your own mind, because it's so much stuff that other people are trying to put in your head, you know? So I think that's it. I think that's it. I like I said, I don't want to make this video too long, and I don't know. Like what have y'all experienced this? I feel like it's a common thing. It's just like something that we might not talk about, but it's like think about the ways that we have been, you know, just affected by other people's opinion and affected by feeling like we have to do something to please other people that doesn't really benefit us. Y'all, that's it. If you watch this whole video, I really appreciate it. This is just an extension of a holistic health that I'm always talking about. I always talk about, because this is like that emotional well-being. You know, this taps into that emotional side of holistic health. Emotional, I feel like spiritual, all these things are interconnected, but you know, that's how I'm feeling today. I'm feeling real good. I'm feeling real good because I've been implementing these things. But yeah, y'all want to see more videos like this. We make videos about all different things: holistic health, mental, spiritual, emotional, physical. So stay tuned if you want to see more. Subscribe to the channel. Click the notifications bell and then be on the lookout, because we here every week, y'all. When I say we, I mean me. But you will be we, because we're here together.